put on your yarmulke, here comes Hanukkah. Hanukkah is probably our favorite holiday, and for good reason, but we'll get to that in a minute. First, we need to get something straight. There is no such thing as the holiday armadillo. So what is Hanukkah? Hanukkah is a magical Jewish holiday which typically takes place during the month of December. During Hanukkah, Jewish families light Chanukiah, eat delicious donuts called sufganiyot, and play a high-stakes game called dreidel. The Chanukiah represents a miracle which took place more than 2,000 years ago when the Greeks took over the Jewish temple in Jerusalem and forbade important Jewish traditions. After reclaiming the temple, the Jewish Maccabees lit the menorah, an important Jewish symbol to celebrate their victory. There was only enough oil for the candles to burn for one day, but guess what? They miraculously burned for 8 days long. That's why Hanukkah is called the Festival of Lights. And that's why we light the Chanukiah, a modern take on the menorah 2,000 years later. Like every other Jewish holiday, Hanukkah is all about the food. During Hanukkah, we eat sufganiyot, a heavenly round jelly donut. Today, there are literally hundreds of options for sufganiyot. You have everything from chocolate, vanilla, pistachio, caramel, you name it. Good thing we have 8 days. 8 days, 3 meals, you do the math. Delicious oil-packed foods like sufganiyot and potato pancakes called latkes remind us of the miracle that took place so many years ago when the candles burned for 8 days. Now let's talk about dreidel, the iconic Hanukkah game, which involves a 4-sided top and 4 Hebrew letters. The game is simple. You spin the dreidel, and depending on which side the top lands on determines whether you win or lose. During the time of the Maccabees, if the Greeks would catch Jewish children practicing their traditions, the children would take out their dreidels and pretend to be in the middle of a game. Today, millions of children around the world continue to spin their dreidels, this time playing for coins and chocolates. Another tradition I can get on board with. And finally, Hanukkah wouldn't be Hanukkah without presents. Parents, family, and friends exchange presents throughout the holiday to celebrate the triumph of light over darkness and the victory of the Jewish Maccabees 2,000 years ago. So we may not have a Hanukkah armadillo, but we do have Adam Sandler and an incredible history which we continue to celebrate 2,000 years later, and that's a miracle in itself. Happy Hanukkah!